I would love to touch upon the fact what you said. Sharks are very important for the ocean, for the balance of the ocean.
Yeah.
I think people don't really understand that. I would love to know more.
They're an apex predator, and they kind of keep everything else in check. You have, the sharks, they don't typically attack healthy animals. They go after, the dumb, the dying, or the sick. And by doing that, they help keep the fish populations healthier. So as fish age, or if they start getting sick, and they take them out of, the breeding pool, so that you're not having fish that are not, as good in the water and as healthy, that would produce as healthy offspring. They're being removed by the sharks, and it kind of just keeps it all in check. Whenever you remove that apex predator in any situation, you start opening up the prey species to kind of start going wild, which then kind of creates a little bit of an imbalance. You get too much of the fish, which start eating too much of their prey, which then that gets diminished, and you just get very imbalanced. If you have the sharks that can keep the fish in check, then that population keeps the next population below them, and all the way down, the food chain. But whenever you lose the sharks, I said you start getting an imbalance, but you also get to where you have less healthy fish, and it kind of will actually, by eliminating sharks, will cause your fish population to eventually decline as well. And it's, a lot of people think that, oh, well, there's too many sharks, or, sharks are stealing fish from fishermen and all this, there must be too many sharks. And it's better if there's less sharks so that you can have more fish for the fishermen. But it doesn't really work that way. At the end of the day, if you eliminate those sharks, you're going to end up with almost no fish. And that's been actually seen in a lot of places where, they have had a lot of commercial fishing of sharks, has ended up eventually leading to fairly desolate reefs. And in contrast to that, you have places, particularly in Mexico. Mexico's amazing for protecting animals for the most part. They have marine reserves where it once was a struggling population of fish and sharks and whatever, and they've set up boundaries that no fishing in these areas. And the amount of fish life that has come back, I said, along with the sharks, not just the fish, not being fished, but the sharks being able to be there and not be fished themselves, has caused an overflow of the population from that area has gotten so big that it branches out and it helps add to the surrounding area's population and make, again, that part of the ecosystem so much healthier and resilient. And by having just at least some spots where it's protected, will cascade and allow the surrounding areas even to rebound. So it's very important to have them on a larger scale. It might be counterintuitive, but they're very important.
We need the shark. Sharks are good.
We do need the sharks.